Welcome to Ryan's Lost Media. So, hello the people. I have just seen a movie that's from my horror bucket list to watch in the movie theaters, and that is going to be the Texas Chain Saw Massacre in 1974. So right now for the Texas Chain Saw Day, they were playing it at my local movie theater. I decided to watch it, and I have some notes, and all I gotta say is I was so damn lucky in order to be able to watch this, because sometimes some movie theaters, they don't play some family-friendly movie theater chains, they don't play horror because they want to have a family community to repeatedly go to these experiences. But for today, they were able to allow the Texas Chain Saw Massacre to be played in my local movie theaters, so that's cool. And yeah, so this is a movie I've been wanting to watch on the big screen in a long time. Before I get to this interview, I want to talk about how there are small movie theater chains where you could go up to the manager and ask him how long would it take, or how much does it take for me to rent out 2 hours of a movie theater screen so I could play a movie and have people possibly from the community come over and watch this movie. So I thought about renting out a movie theater for 2 hours so I could play this movie. So for Texas Chain Saw Massacre Day, I thought, hell yeah, I'm gonna go and watch this movie because this is on my bucket list. This is something that I've been wanting to watch on the big screen. I had actual excitement for this movie and to experience it, even just a taste of a glimpse of what it would have been like to see this in 1974, here in 2026. I had a good time, so let's go with some of the notes I wrote. Now, for one, to get into this review, the classic scene of their vehicle, they're driving, you see all the beautiful fields, you see all the colors, because this is the 4K restoration, so it's obviously been improved. And the scene where the woman is talking about astrology, talking about Saturn and retrograde, I was just sitting there in the crowd being like, damn, would that be a nice time to just play Tuesday's Gone by Leonard Skinner? Because when I was watching the movie, seeing the vehicle, I was like, damn, dude, imagine if you go back in time to 1974 with your Avengers suit, you time travel, and you go to that bus stop, that gas station, and they're all talking to the cook, and you just throw in a Leonard Skinner CD. That would have been badass, right? So I was thinking about Leonard Skinner while I was watching that opening scene, the first beginning of this movie. And then, you know, as the 2003 remake, they do eventually put Sweet Home Alabama. So the vibe to listen to Leonard Skinner during the summer, and then during a horror movie, still here with the Texas Chain Saw Massacre. And then also Jim Sido, the cook, seeing him on screen, hey, you, stop, settle down. The cook, he was cool to see, man. It was cool to see him in a big ass screen, because this movie is so badass. Some people wouldn't even have a movie theater job if it wasn't for this movie to come out, to be honest. So with all that being said, Ed Neal, the hitchhiker. I was watching this with so there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 people, right? And when the hitchhiker came on, I was like, all right, some of these people, some of these new blood, these new fresh faces are not going to really like this hitchhiker character because of the times. People are just going to feel gross about him. So he still has that presence in the movie. And also, as scenes progressed around the barn and the gas station, I would remember chasing players in the video game, the Texas Chain Saw Massacre. So as you're watching this on the big screen, and now that time has passed for the video game, you go, oh yeah, I remember chasing this person here as a cook. I remember being Bubba and I caught a guy trying to escape the map right here. Like, you sort of remember parts of playing the video game. So that's pretty badass. And also, what else? While watching, I was thinking of how far this movie has come and its inclusion into the National Film Registry, making it an essential viewing experience. So that is something that's very good. This got added to the National Film Registry, which means the Texas Chain Saw Massacre 1974 original is an essential movie to anybody that ever asks, hey man, what's a movie that I gotta see in my lifetime? What's like a horror movie I have to see in my life? You introduce them to Texas Chain Saw Massacre. So that's cool. And also, Marilyn Burns' Sally, her dread that was captured in this movie on the big screen, still stands out from other actresses this year, the past years. So whenever you're watching Sally and the stuff she goes through towards the dinner scene and towards the end of the movie, her screams, her sounds of panic, better performance right now. I mean, it's better than some of the performances that are happening right now with horror movies for some movies. And also, we have 4 walkouts during this movie, which is so damn cool, because if you ever watch a controversial movie from the 70s, a part of you, maybe, I know I had it, a part of me was like, man, it would be cool to see some people walk out through the frustration and anger that this movie is putting them through. And there were two older couples, two OG, older women, an older man and older woman. They left during the dinner scene when they were all together making fun of Sally. Let me go. So yeah, the old couple left on that part. And then towards the end, when the hitchhiker was grabbing Sally and he was putting her head over the bucket and they were trying to make the grandpa hit her with the head, two more females got up and walked out of the movie theater. And I was like, yes, because I know that this movie got to them. They're going to go home disappointed. They're going to be like feeling grossed out about this horror movie. And I was liking seeing that. So that was my experience watching the Texas Chain Saw Massacre for the first time in the movie theater for its anniversary, the Texas Chain Saw Day. And for 2026, I had to wear the shirt. The person that greeted me didn't even ask what movie that I watched. I was like, hey, I'd like to get a ticket. She looked at me and she already knew what movie it was. And then she gave me the price. I got the popcorn, I got the butter, I got the whole damn thing. So people, how should we celebrate the Texas Chain Saw Massacre Day? Well, for one, if you have the video game, replay it. If you did not go to the movie theaters, then you still should get the 4K movie from Dark Sky Films, because that was cool to watch whenever this movie was starting. You see the Dark Sky Films logo, so that put me in a great mood. So I'm glad that I was able to watch this movie in the movie theaters, and I encourage people to introduce new horror fans and horror viewers and your subscribers, your extended family on the social media, to possibly be interested in watching this movie for the first time or to rewatch it. So that's going to be my movie theater experience, watching this for the first time, and I'm excited. I'm still excited, dude. I was so glad I was able to watch this movie in theaters. So that being said, peace out, and thank you, Toby Hooper.
Once again, I would like to say thank you for watching.